Hi, I am Subramanyam with Durga Software Solutions. Today, Durga Software Solutions is providing great platform for many competition goers. Those people are working for preparing for various competitive examinations like banks, bank POs, bank clerks, staff selection commission, even CAT, MAT, GATE or any competitive examination group 2 for various competitive examinations. These classes are going to be useful for many job aspirants, government job aspirants. Today we are going to talk about this English for competitive exams. Whatever the topics I am going to mention, these topics are going to help for many people, thousands of or millions of people in India to achieve their dream jobs in government sector. For your information, most of the topics in English are very common for various competitive examinations. Let us see very common topics which are useful for job aspirants. Number 1, spotting errors. Spotting errors. Spotting errors are correction of sentences. We can say correction of sentences also. Second one is fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Number 3, priority wise I am talking about closed passage or closed test. Next, scramble sentences or words. Number 5, reading comprehension. Number 6, synonyms and antonyms. Number 7, sentence improvement. Sentence improvement. Major topics in any competitive examinations are like this. Next one is idioms and phrases. Next, one word substitution, one word substitutions. Next, spelling mistakes or spelling errors. These are all the top 10 competitive English areas where the students have to, the job aspirants have to improve themselves. So generally bank English or clerical English or even POS English or staff selection commission English or RRB English or group 2 English or SI English, all these English topics are very common in nature and most of the questions come from these top 10 areas. These are the top 10 areas. If we can really focus on that, becoming successful and reaching the sectional cutoff marks is not a big deal for many job aspirants. But people today, even though it seems to be very easy and the people take it as so easy and they always go with their own perception that English is easy. But still many people fail in competitive examinations, especially in English area. Why it is happening? Because they ignore that this English is very simple subject, easy subject, since they have been learning since their school days or college days. It is not like that. Whatever we have learnt since our school days or college days, it is only spoken, oral. But when it comes to competitive, written English is different. Written English is always different from spoken. Why it is so? That is the true. In spoken, we don't mind about the rules of grammar, syntax of the English. But when it comes to written, every word, every letter matters most. Everything is different from oral. So let us these spotting errors. Minimum 5 questions come from spotting errors. 5 questions come from spotting errors. This spotting errors is also called as a correction of sentences or identify the errors in the sentences. Spotting errors, 5 questions. This is the section comes from 5 areas. Number 1 area is subject verb agreement rules. These questions come from 5 sections of English grammar. Number 1 is subject verb agreement rules. Number 2 is tenses. Number 3 is if conditional clauses. Number 4 is prepositions. Number 5 is articles. Prepositions and parts of speech. These are the 5 common areas they generally ask. Spotting errors come from this wide range of this grammar, parts of speech, noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, and preposition, conjunction, interjection. These are the 5 parts of speech or prepositions, articles, if conditional clauses, and tenses, and the subject verb agreement rules. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 areas generally they ask questions most of the time. And fill in the blanks. Sometimes these fill in the blanks can be singular or double blanks. When we give singular blank, it is okay, easy to identify with followed by 4 options. But double blanks followed by 4 or 5 options, again in every option 2 choices are given again. And closed passage is like like minimum 5 questions come from this area, 5 questions come from this area, sometimes 10 also, depends upon the severity of the, or depends upon the size of the marks in the, if it is a bank POs, they generally give us 10 marks. If it is a bank clerical, and they will give us 5 marks. Closed passage is very easiest one to handle, and with it is given like a passage with blanks, and followed by every option has again 4 or 5 choices to choose. And scrambled sentences is also one of the primary area in competitive examinations. In every competitive examination we are finding these scrambled sentences, or arrange the following sentences in a chronological order, in a meaningful order. That is the section they generally ask. Almost 5 to 6 sentences will be given in a jumbled manner, and we need to identify which sentence comes first, which sentence comes second, third, fourth, fifth, and then after identifying these 5 to 6 sentences, again 5 questions are followed by this passage, that which sentence comes first, which sentence comes second, like that they ask questions. Next, reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is the hard rock of any competitive examinations today. So without reading comprehension we cannot expect any test of English today. Take any RRB, take any small ordinary clerk examinations, also they test our reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is the part and parcel of competitive English. So we will discuss more in length about when we are talking about reading comprehension. And minimum 5 questions, maximum 10 questions will be given Out of 10, 20% of the questions come from vocabulary, rest of they are contextual questions or inferential questions. Next, synonyms, antonyms. Synonyms are like a 3 and antonyms 2 or 3. Like these, minimum 5 questions come from synonyms, antonyms. This is one of the another beautiful section to test our vocabulary. And one more, sentence improvement. Sentence improvement are minimum 5 questions come from. These sentence improvement questions come from tenses. Some sentences come from vocabulary, some sentences from grammar also. So sentence improvement is like identify the bold lettered words or sentence and what does it stand for from the following choices. Again, it is followed by 4 choices, 4 options. We need to select which one is appropriate according to grammar, according to the syntax. So these are the 5 questions they generally ask. Bank viewers, it is very common to ask. And idioms and phrases. Idioms and phrases, again 5 idioms or phrases will be given, followed by 4 options. We need to choose them. And mastering some 500 to 1000 idiomatic expressions and phrases are needed to master 5 marks to get 5 marks. And it is also very tough game and tough to even predict also. So this test is given in a bank viewers and mains of SSC and bank clerical mains examinations. One word substitutions. Again here 5 word marks, definite 5 questions will be given, followed by options, 4 or 5 options we need to identify. Spelling mistakes. Again 5 marks are given for spelling mistakes. It varies from examination to examination. So almost most of the competitive examination is most of the competitive English section are these top 10 sections. If you can really focus on these top 10 sections, getting sectional cutoff mark even beyond that is not a big deal in English section. So today we are going to talk about these spotting errors, how the spotting errors happen in the competitive examinations, which are the areas to be mastered. We are now focusing on subject verb agreement rules. So what are the subject verb agreement rules which are going to help us to attain minimum 2 marks? Maximum and minimum 2 marks will be asked from the subject verb agreement rules. So what are the subject agreement rules we need to master? Now we will work on that. Subject verb agreement rules are very common and very basic principles, but still the problem with these ones are most of the times we ignore them. Most of the times we ignore them. That is a major issue. Even though we know them, we don't mind while speaking. But when it comes to written, every rule is very important. Everything is really very, very important. Under the part of this English for competitive exams, today we are discussing about this spotting errors. Spotting errors. Under these subject verb agreement rules we are discussing now. Subject verb agreement rules. There are 20 subject verb agreement rules, very, very important subject verb agreement rules, which help us to identify the mistakes in sentences. Identifying the mistakes of other people is so easy for human beings. Identifying the mistakes of other people is very easy, but identifying the mistakes in the sentence is not that much easy. But still, identifying the mistakes in the sentences is also so easy with the help of subject verb agreement rules. Let me give you one of the very common mistakes people make in this section. one of example, one of my friend is working for Infosys. So where does the mistake happen? See this, one of my friend is working for Infosys. So number one, this is followed by the question is coming like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how the question is asked in the correction of sentences or spotting errors. So which part of the sentence is wrong, we need to identify. Which part of the sentence is wrong? One of my friend. Is it right? You are choosing only one. You have many friends, but one of my friend is not correct. One of my friends. Sometimes the mistake is given like this, or sometimes the mistake is given like this. One of my friend are working for Infosys. It is also not correct. So in that case, the mistake here, that is should be there. So we need to identify the part of the sentence, which part of the sentence is given in the wrong, but not we need to correct it. No, we don't correct it. We just only identify the mistake. Right? That is the best part. And what is the rule says that if any sentence has noun phrases like one of, each of, any one of, followed by plural noun, always considered as a singular subject and take singular verb. So that kind of rules we are discussing now. There are 20 rules, beautiful rules, which really help us a lot to make our sentences correct, either in the spoken or in the written. The rule number 1 says that rule number 1 speaks about singular subject takes singular verb and plural subject takes plural verb. What does it mean? Singular subject takes singular subject takes singular verb, plural subject takes plural verb. What does it mean? Singular subject, what are the singular subjects? Singular subjects are I, we, he, she, it. These are the singular subjects, and plural subjects are we, you, they. Singular subjects are he, she, it, and plural subjects are we, you, they. So what does it mean, the sentence? Singular subject takes a singular verb and plural subject takes plural verb. For example, he is going there. He is going there. What is the subject here? Singular subject, and which is taking singular verb. But for plural subject takes plural verb. For example, we are discussing now. We is a plural subject and is taking plural verb. Singular subject takes a singular verb, plural subject takes plural verb. Some more examples like he goes to office. He goes to office. This is a singular subject takes singular verb, goes. But when it comes to plural subject, we take coffee. So we is a plural subject and it is taking plural verb. This is how subject verb agreement rules. Rule number 1, the basic funda of framing the sentence is called singular subject takes singular verb and plural subject takes plural. This is a very basic formation structure of speaking and writing sentences in English language. Many times people make mistakes. So he come here every day. He go to office tomorrow. This is how they speak. And people make mistakes here in this regard. So we will discuss more sentences, more examples in this regard. Thank you very much, and we will continue the class again after some time. Thank you.